Hey everyone, Felipe Vira here, an external designer and front-end developer with over 16 years of experience in the field. Today I'm going to bring you something quite interesting. I'm not sure if you're familiar with OpenAI's DeepResearch. This tool was launched some time ago and is very focused on people who conduct studies and such. It provides much better information feedback than what we naturally do, along with ChatGPT and other LLMs. Usually when we talk to it, it takes everything it was trained on and gives a response based on that. OpenAI brought these models that rethink all the responses they give to users. It reevaluates that response, testing it internally before delivering the answer to the user. And now with OpenAI's new LLM model, the A3 is very good. It's outperforming cloud networks. It's surpassing many, but there's just one catch. It's only for pro users. Even if you pay for the API, you won't be able to access it. I tried. I only pay for the API. I don't pay for the OpenAI subscription part because I use another LLM system. I'll even leave it here in the video description for those who want to know. It centralizes all the LLMs, Perplexity, and everything else. Perplexity hasn't been included yet, but it will be. But it centralizes everything there, including all the GPTs from cloud, Google, and DeepSeek as well. So you don't have to keep paying for multiple services, okay? You only pay for it, if I'm not mistaken, just $15 a month, okay? It's really worth it. It integrates with YouTube, LinkedIn, email clients, so you can generate content wherever you want, wherever you are on the web, okay? Very interesting. I'll leave it here, okay? Going back to DeepResearch, it's a feature only for pro users, and the pro user is paying $200 a month, $200. We know that our reel is quite devalued, so it will be almost 1 in 200 rees per month for us to have access to this. But then I noticed in some reviews from YouTubers and so on that the quality of the response, especially when we want a slightly more detailed report with the link to the information sources, which is very important when we are making reports, especially when we work with this doing some project, researching, it's very good to have the sources. And it returns the sources. It takes a little while from what I saw, about 5 or 10 minutes to do all the research because it searches the web for updated data, then does the internal research and then brings it back. I searched in the open source community for something I could bring here to the channel and make available for you to use. I checked a few things and then I came across this guy here. Later, I will provide the address for those who want to see behind the scenes, the details of OpenAI's DeepResearch. I came across this guy here, which is DeepResearch. It's open source, and from this guy here. And what his project does is basically what OpenAI implements. Okay, he uses OpenAI, the actual OpenAI, but since you don't pay for the process, you can't use the correct LLM, okay, which is the A3 Mini, but we can use others. LLMs, the actual OpenAI DeepResearch, which has the tool feature. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, we will only be able to use LLMs in this project that have the tool feature, right? Because this part of doing research is with LLMs that don't have this feature. I believe GPT Forro doesn't have it, but the Mini O1 does. I left the O4, the Mini as basic because it has it, okay? Here, but I will show you, okay? So what happens is this version he made is the terminal version, right? So you install it there and you can access it via terminal, right? The flow, you ask your question, it returns some questions to make the research a bit better. You answer the 3 questions and then it keeps researching. You can define how deep you want it. Research with open, it researches many things and how you want to detail the subject. You define this in the research and it returns the final report to you with the super cool, super interesting. I downloaded it on the computer, tested it in the terminal. Here it's very easy to do. You just follow here. Okay, you will be able to install this if you want to test it in the terminal. But I thought, well, most of the people who follow me there, they are not developers. So I believe this is not an approach perfect for you to create something that would be easier. You have to configure the environment setup and everything, create something that would be easier to bring to you. So what did I do? I made DeepResearch, okay? And that's basically what I did based on in this repository and all the logic it does here behind the scenes. I took it and made an interface for it. I fixed a bit of the integration. But basically the brain behind it is the one that handles all this part of research type and everything else. I had to make some adaptations to work with OpenRouter in a slightly better way. So what did I do? To make it easier for everyone, I created the settings part. We can work with both OpenAI, okay, as well as with OpenRouter. OpenRouter is better because we can define more models, and it's really, really cool. I'll show you more or less how it works here. Look, I'm going to copy my key, okay? You generate this here from OpenRouter, okay? So I'm going to click on OpenRouter there, put about $5 and start playing around, okay? And then putting it here, you have to copy it first, right? Otherwise it won't work, and by putting it here, it loads the models, okay? So we can see all the models. I added a search field here to make it easier, okay? And we will work all the 3 min. It won't work, we tested. It will say it's only for premium users. Okay, but the 4 min works. Okay, let's use this one, and we will also need FireCrow. FireCrow is a crawling service, right? Because basically that's what it does. It crawls various models. So on the web, what does it do? The research to know the content. Okay, we also need an API from FireCrow. We, the free user, have about one. You can scrape 500 pages so you can test it out easily. Okay, you generate your cases, save them here, save settings. All right, it will be saved, right? So we can ask anything we want to know. I will give you a question. What is the best competitor of LLM apps? And then, guys, for those who don't know, it's an audio service, okay? Voice training service with AI. Everything else here is the scope of the research. Okay. How will it consume, right? I will put 2 here just to not take too long, okay? And the depth with detailed will be just research. Okay, I will put 2. The default here is 4. Okay, it's 2 and 4. I will even update it to set it as default here, so I'll leave the default there. And the FireCrow part has some limits in the acquisition section. If it's on the free version, okay, I've already set the maximum configured for us to respect the free there in the system's logic. But ideally, you shouldn't, in general, interfere or tamper with this too much, because it can only do 10 crawlers per minute, and a small crawler bot. I set it to respect this, but if you put too much and it starts to crash, then you should reduce it, okay? Or else pay for the FireCloud plan, okay? I will set it to 2 here and 1 here, okay? I'll leave it at 2 and 2 just to see how it will turn out. Okay, there. Start the search. Then it brings up some questions and reflections and considerations to improve the search, okay? I want to see technology and features. We are always open to suggestions. The purchase decision, we will continue. Then yes, he will do the research. Okay, it takes a little time. Okay, he will do the crawls there with Forro, and we'll pick up some content and everything else related to the final componentization parts. I haven't left everything yet. Perfectly done. But if you want, as a developer, I will leave this thought. You just need to open a PR here in the repository to evolve it and everything else, because in the future, we can add more things here. We can add a text translator, audio converter, text to speech, speech to text. We can add several modules here using the bio system, which is bring your own key, and you can just put it here and keep generating what you want at home, okay? Then you see it gathers all the sources. It researched a ton of sources, and here it provides the answer. I had already implemented it to bring it in text format here so we could edit and everything. I think some configuration I made ended up being removed, okay? But you see that here it has the entire object, the introduction, good pun generators, support for main competitors. It already brought an array. Look there, Spitfire, natural reader, play HT. Load the Archiloma is quite poor. Murphy. And the conclusion, the choice of the best competitor depends on specific needs. Spitfire stands out for bringing your ideas to life, especially for, and however for non-professional script applications. Murphy, in the case of Android Vasca, it continues to evolve blah blah blah. Then, as you add more things here, your research becomes denser and more detailed. Okay, we added 2. It's not very detailed, but we can see all the sources it pulled from. Okay. And here, we can have a history, okay? I haven't finished implementing our history part yet, but it will already save everything you search for on the left side, okay? I will have to finish the implementation. I'll see if I can do it this week, but you can already access it, okay? Up to here, lucasgpsfavieira.com.br. You just need to check here, choose OpenRouter, enter yours, the one for a crawl, choose GPT-4 or the Mini. Okay, because the Mini costs less, we can even check regarding cost, okay? Let me even refresh. And let's see how much the last search we did cost. Here, look, today the Mini platform, we liked it. This token thing is a vignette 5252 and 21,521, 521, 520. All of this here, all the acquisitions it made to conduct our research. Let's gather it here. Look, 0.02, 0.5, 0.1. All of this shouldn't have cost 3 cents. So we managed to reduce from $200 per month to a small amount of 10 cents per research. If we extrapolate and use a lot of threads, we can reach at most about 10 cents using this. Of course, if we use a better model, which is the O3 Mini, which we can't yet because they haven't released it for everyone, it might increase, right? So for now, folks, what I guarantee works is the Forro Mini. This guy, just refresh it to avoid errors, which is the best X-Men. Then it works. Strange. But that's it, folks. I wanted to bring this to you. You can do some other searches, but use the GPT 4.0 Mini. It's working. Meanwhile, I will implement the others and run tests to see why it's not working, and everything else. I know it's not just the 4.0 Mini that has this tools enable feature. Later, I'll see if I can make an adaptation. Even without tools, we can achieve a similar result. If you liked it, folks, leave a like, enjoy, share the video with friends and VR enthusiasts. I also opened up my subscribe section, the channel membership part. If you really like the content and want to support, just join there. We also have a WhatsApp section. There's a group there for people who enjoy this part to clear up doubts. So you are invited to join. Okay. Besides that, follow me on my social media and see you next time. Thanks.